I don't want to be here. It's far better for me to be here first. Because as he tries to move, I'm far more mobile here than I am on my back. He has to work to put me down, so he'll usually try to make like ankle grips, or something to lift me up, push on the forehead. Boom, this is a sort of classic. Now we start playing from like phase 2, where I need to keep my legs up and I'm looking to make grips, but I'm not reaching, because that makes my back small. And now if he grabs my legs, for example, he can spin me quite easily because my back is small. If I'm flat here, my guard is way weaker, way less mobile, but I'm harder to spin. Spin me. You can't really try. It's really hard to spin a guy who's flat on his back just being dead, but it's really easy to move around him because he's being dead. So that's what we don't want. There's somewhere in between, right? So we typically wait to see what grips. If Brody takes grips close to my knees, it becomes an easy thing for me to grip the sleeves and start playing the foot to hip, right? If he starts beating to the side, he makes grips low on my pants, starts beating to the side, the top arm is gonna come in and frame and the top leg is gonna be framing. This is very important connection here. He never takes a step back. Once he starts passing with pressure, he doesn't relieve the pressure, because if he steps back from here now, he's back to like 3 steps beyond where he was a minute ago. So we never back off when we're passing guard. We keep pressuring, and he's gonna have to deal with the top level first. So he's gonna, in one way or another, he's gonna maybe strip the grip. He doesn't want that collar grip, he's gonna fight, yes, boom. Now I go double sleeve and I get here and I start attacking again. So my whole thing is to be looking to advance my guard, and he's looking to advance his pass. Neither one of us ever go back a step from here. So I'll never lose. If he starts passing again, and I have a frame here and here, I'm not gonna lose these frames. I'm not just gonna get tired and be like, okay, I'm going here. Because now he's gonna drop his shoulder, yes, and now start getting inside space, and now he's beat both my top frames and everything is lost. All I have is the bottom frames, which are not helpful. So top frames, we're thinking top side, which means this leg, this arm, are framing. Bottom leg and bottom hand are gripping. That's the way I look at this. So like Delahiva, reverse Delahiva. This is a grip, this is a grip, this is a frame, and this is a frame, right? So as we're playing through these positions today, I want bottom player to really focus on, if I'm on this side, this is a framing leg, this is a framing arm. This is a gripping hand, this is a gripping leg. And then just play from there with like the most basic situation. If Brody clears a leg, boom, I've lost the frame, I have a grip. The grip doesn't help me anymore. Now I'm holding on to a grip that's already lost, because he can just cut through here, pressuring, it's gonna be hard, but because I don't have any frames, he has an underhook, he has a crossface, keep advancing. Yeah, I mean, eventually this grip, how long do I hold this grip for? You know what I mean? I've lost everything. So if you start losing your frames, your bottom hand, this might be a lot of information for some of you, but I hope it's all basics. I make a grip. This is also a grip, by the way. Bottom leg, I got grips and grips. He starts to beat my frames. I'm gonna re-pummel and get my frames back in on any side I can possible. The whole idea is just to advance frames. So I want you guys to play lightly, because just to get warmed up, we're gonna start here. Seated, he's gonna have to flatten me out. It's really hard to pass a guard seated. So now I have 2 grips. Parallel, right? He starts picking a side to pass to. Right, I'm just playing the guard. How many frames do I have right now?
2.
Maybe. How many grips do I have?
2.
At least 2, right? I mean, it's kind of arguable what my feet are doing right now. They're kind of framing, but they're also kind of gripping. It comes easy things when you start advancing from here. So I just want you guys to play a little bit from here, thinking about top side frame, grip, grip. As you lose it, you have to recover something. Yeah, I've lost the frame, reframe. It's simple. Get back inside, re-pummel. My hand is currently unemployed. In fact, all 3 of these things are currently underemployed. They all have to have a job the entire time. Keep pressure again. So now look, he's got good pressure, good posture. What's my top leg doing? Nothing. Pummels in, frames, use it to get a grip. Make sense? It's a lot, but think about frames and grips. All right, let's go. Okay, so, several different ways people are going to play this. Our club, we tend to play toes to the outside because we have 3 disqualifications in gold medal matches for reaping, which is terrible. There's a lot of guys who will play this close. I was watching the Crown last weekend and everybody's single leg X was on the belly button. I don't actually like this. I think as my hips come forward, it exposes his foot much easier. He stays connection to the hip. It's a harder thing for me, slightly, but there's no risk of disqualification. So in my competition, I'm allowed to reap, which means it doesn't matter if that happens, right? There is no disqualification from here. This puts a tremendous amount of pressure on my knee if I start to resist and get strong here. So if we get reaped, it's super important that we just relax and we let it happen. We go with it. Now he's going to attack heel hooks and all that crap, but as long as I can step over and spin back, he has no heel hook here. If I stay here, he's going to break my knee 100%. So all in one motion, as we get reaped, first I try to catch it and break his foot. If that doesn't work and he gets the whole reap, I'm going to follow his reap, putting my knee to the floor, stepping all the way over, and getting safe from that heel hook. Throws the reap in. Oh no. He can attack the heel if he wants. I'm going to get here and I'm safe. He can roll through, especially Cooper, will roll through and get to this outside ashi position or double outside ashi. Both his feet are on the outside of my hip and he's locked into an outside heel hook here. This is like kind of hard to finish for most people unless he knows how to grip properly. If he grips properly, this fight's over, right? So as soon as we get here, I'm going to just keep rolling again and hopefully I can make space and get my heel free. But I have to do it a lot. I keep rolling, keep rolling. So for now, all I want you guys to worry about, break his foot here, boom. If he gets the whole reap, just keep going and get your knee line free. Make sense? Don't worry about the first foot break. Just threw that in. If you know the Estima lock, do it. If you don't, just go straight to the reap.
When you're rolling, are you like trying to pull your foot too?
Yeah. I have 2 choices. I can point my toes and drive it in deeper, or just rip it out and I can push on his butt, step on his leg, whenever. But I gotta get my knee free for sure. All right, let's go. So Cooper goes to single leg X here. The first thing I need to do is clear his grips, right? His grip is this. This is everything for him. Once he loses that, he's kind of lost. I can see how his hips immediately sink up. His hips are engaged. I stripped his hook. It's an easy thing for me just to push it through and drive the knee down, or backstep, which is what we're going to do. But we're going to play a little game with our opponent first. So we put strong grip on the bunion, strong grip, and then I peel it. And if he's be super strong here, Cooper, like do not let me off, right? So if I try to peel this, it's hard. But if I do a little hula hoop motion, it becomes super easy. So adding that hula hoop motion right here, jiu-jitsu is weird, and I can easily throw the foot. So if I don't want to give away that I want to use this to pass yet, and I want to attack him first, when people get here, there's 2 reactions they're going to do. When I peel this off, they're going to go to X guard. Everybody's been drilling this in every club in the world, and it's unrealistic, but everybody does it. So know that that's going to happen. So for that reason, we don't let go of that foot. If I let it go, I'll let it go up here, where a place where I think he's going to just go right back to single leg X and try his sweep. But I'm going to put my arm underneath his hand on the way back. I should be able to win this race here every time. Right, so boom, I go for the peel, coming inside, so my hand's underneath. Chop hand goes over the toes. I connect my hands together and I pull it into my ribs here. From here, it's an easy thing for me to drop my left arm and lifting with the right arm and hit the Estima lock. There you go. Make sense? It's a very, very dangerous foot. You like it? Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Everybody hates this one. It's very fast. It will break the foot super quick. So be careful with your partners. Little hula hoop action. Take it out, but don't put it behind you. If you put it behind you, they're going to go to X. And now you're going to play a different game, which we'll get to later, maybe. Hold it, hula hoop, hold it out to the side and bring your arm back in underneath his Achilles. Over the top of the toes, connecting your palms, palm to palm. Pull it into your ribs so he cannot escape. Right? That's my escape right there. Very painful, very dangerous. Good? Let's go. Like I was. So the options here, I can force the reap, just push it away from his head, right? And now I put the knee down to his chest, and I just start pressuring him from here. This is like a really easy way to deal with single leg X. As I drive down, putting my knee into the hole, I can bring my other knee inside and pinch. So both knees are off, pinching on the thigh. Now I'm gonna dive my shoulder and roll towards his feet. Here. Catch you to the back. Right? So kind of the theme today is, oh, you wanna play single leg X? Cool, we'll make them pay for it. Here, I can go, do the hula hoopy. If I miss the grip, I can always just push it down and away and squat. But I keep my back straight here because I'm still vulnerable to sweeps. If there's a heel hook, they will start wrapping the heel. But in that case, I might push through and just slide my knee free here. There's no more heel hook for him. It's an easy thing for me to step through and get back to mount. So you have to kind of be aware of the rule set, right? If there's no heel hooks, no reaps, you don't have to worry about that stuff. Here, I can push this towards his head, pressuring down and keeping my back straight. So for like white, blue belts, this is probably the play to make. Sitting heavy on his thigh, keeping the foot free here. You good?
Yep.
He's fine. Now I can drop this knee into the mat as I turn, chase, bring both knees to the inside, roll, and take the back. Make sense?
Do you want your knee on free from the heel hook on the one side?
No.
Before you get an umbrella, or
No.
you want it on the inside?
They're both on the inside. They're not behind his butt. If I get behind his butt, it's cool, but I can't do the back take from there.
Okay.
So here, just turn around. Pushing, squash. Shut up. Right. Pushing squash. As I go down, knee is on the inside, he has a heel hook. I could also choose to just blast his arm off. I can step through if I want, but I like to put the wedge in here and just do a wedging back take. Oh, here. Make sense? All right, let's not call it a berimbolo, let's call it a wedging back take. You don't do those in here, Marcus. All right, 1, 2. I put my knee into the hole, stepping over both knees. So now my knees are pinching, actively controlling his thigh. As I roll here, I'm not shooting my legs away. What I'm doing is I'm bringing this knee towards my head and I'm levering. See how he spins to me? That's, go back, rewind. That's the important part. If I just push him away, this happens. And now I'm out of lever, and there's no wedging back take. If I bring this towards me and drive this away, I look like I know what I'm doing with wedging back take. Make sense?
Yes.
If you're having trouble where your back
From the back.
Yep, legs this way. Oh, yes. If you're having trouble, lay here like you're gonna do the Indian leg wrestling, which is probably not politically correct to say anymore. Instead, hey?
Which Indian?
Exactly, right? Take your left leg and over here, so it's like an Indian leg wrestle, only different. From here now I can keep this foot on the floor and it makes it easier to practice my wedging back take situation. Make sense? So if you can't find the wedge, do the Indian leg wrestle version to help get the spin better for you. Alright, let's go back. I can simply throw him back, anchor on this top leg, like so, and as I push this leg, I can backstep and drive my hip into his face here. I have to hold on to this leg. This is important. From here, it's going to be a fairly easy thing. If I can trap this arm even better, I'll catch it here. I'll stomp on it to break it as I switch to side mounts. I wouldn't do that. This is good. Right, so here, got my hula hoopy action, right? Bunion grip, hula hoop and I C-clamp on the top of the ankle here. As I step back and over, driving my hip aggressively into his ear. If the arm is inside, I'll pinch it and trap it, for sure. I'll start attacking the arm lock here. Get your arm free. This doesn't look like a strong grip, but get your arm free. Like, it's easy for me just to step. Very easy. And he's like, as soon as the more he wriggles, the harder I step. That's the way that's gonna go down.
It's also, if I go up, it just starts hurting more
Yeah.
and more.
Yeah. One more time. This would be a really good option to just simply get out of single leg X. Like if you don't want to do fancy stuff, or you feel like this guy's simply better at jiu-jitsu than you, do this one. It's way harder to stop. All the other ones we've done have like margin of error that could cost you the match. This one's pretty safe. Boom. Boom. You have to make his head turn. You're not gonna wanna do this because you're gonna feel like you're being mean. You've gotta put your hip to his ear. If it's off here, he's gonna push you off, wrestle up, and get on top of you and make you pay for this. That's 2 points for him, right? Let's not do that. Again, when it's speed, right here. If the arm is inside, catch it. Look to break it. Oh. Or bring, step on the wrist, stomp. Good? Don't break each other. 1, 2. But I can go here and just run away. Coward-based jujitsu. Not recommended.
You mean self-defense?
Self-defense. Right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Point the toes like a ballerina. Get out of there. Don't recommend it. Alright, so now we're going to play a slightly different option that inspired by Paul and Tanner. So as I go, I hip smash him, and I pull the arm up, and I want to break it, but he's going to make grips. He's going to connect his hands together so I can't break the arm, right? I'm going to lock my legs, and I'm going to roll over the right shoulder here. Catching to the omoplata. I'm going to underhook this arm and pull it behind the back. So now the arm is trapped, this arm is stuck so he can't rotate through or roll anywhere. From here, I'm very, 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 very slowly going to take my left leg to the floor. I'm going to dish my hips away from his body. Right? It's got to be slow because he has no hands to tap. He's got to tap. That sort of miserable sound. But I'm turning my whole body towards his back. This is how we finish omoplatas from this particular angle. If his feet were out of the picture, and it was more like traditional omoplata, here, it's not the same. Not the same. This is when, and the reason this one's done this way is because his feet, he doesn't know omoplata's coming. His feet are in front of him. That's why we end up in this position. Now my left foot hits the floor, hip escape away, but I'm keeping this a lot of pressure on his arm. But look how far it is from his body. That's what makes it easy to finish. You could also pluck the chicken if you want. Make sense? Everybody see that again? Okay.
Thought about it.